Hey, 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 what's going on, collective? It's your girl Aqua May, and I am here to do a quick message. This is going to be in regards to just like the energy. I feel like, there's always that little like funky energy underneath that we need to kind of pinpoint. So I'm going to help you do that, all right? It may be coming from your own space or it could be coming from someone else, okay? We're going to figure that out right now. What this certain energy that you can't pinpoint within yourself. I'm gonna help you to do that. All right. So tap in, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, comment down below. Okay. Let me know if this message helps you out in any way, shape, or form. I know it will, but So let's tap in. So angels, ancestors, guardians, and guides, thank you for being here with us today. All right. We are in our highest elevations with the universe, and God is always and forever with us. So collective, what's going on? What is going on? Whoa, there's a lot going on. All right, wait. I'm going to do that again. There's a lot going on in the energy, obviously, because the way those cards just fell out. Yeah, people are trying to pinpoint what's going on. What is happening? All right, thank you. Ooh, three cards. All right, so you have everyone leaves. Okay, so you could be dealing with a situation where there's no commitment. All right, it says choose a partner who can commit to you and let yourself commit to them. So this needs to be an even exchange, a reciprocal thing. Excuse me, you may not feel that right now when it comes to connections in your life, right? It feels like nothing is lasting like you want it to us in some type of way. All right, you have retreating. So it's like going back to square one, I'm hearing. Your fear of being hurt has made you retreat. It's time to get out and try again. So is the energy of someone stepping away, someone taking themselves out of the game or out of the play, right? And just kind of retreating into themselves because you don't maybe feel like anything is meant to be or anything is going to stick. Anything is going to result from something, right? So it's like I'd rather just leave before I get the bad news. I'd rather leave before, things go sour. I don't like that energy. So there's an anxiety here, all right? Um, I feel like this is kind of interesting enough, a mutual energy of anxiety. All right. Somebody is thinking, is this going to work? Is this the one? And I feel like somebody else is also like, whatever is happening, people are retreating into themselves to find answers. But it's almost like you're reverting back to um, old questions, right? You're reverting back to old questions, so you're getting old answers, right? So there's something here about, stepping outside of that energy and like not really feeling like everything is going to be temporary, right? Yes, we have temporary situations, but that's also necessary, right? Not everything is supposed to be everlasting, but you also have to be able to stick it out. You have to also be able to, trust in yourself, trust in your partner here as well. Trust in the situation that's going on, right? Trust that something is actually going to work out versus what your past was, because your past was lessons. Your past was for you to learn something. So if you haven't learned the lesson, it will feel like, well, why am I going through this again? Right? When it's not really that. It's not really that at all. So there's a lot of anxiety and fear here about things not working out, things not going as planned, right? Somebody leaving before it's, seeing the fruition of something, seeing the totality of something. Okay, it says, ooh, enlightenment sucks. It says, fuck you, Buddha. So somebody's like, man, I'm trying this, I'm doing this. Hold on, guys. They rolling down my block with the music on blast. But anywho, it says enlightenment sucks, right? So somebody is not trusting in what they've been learning. They're not really looking at the lessons or the experiences that they've had and seeing the benefit of it, seeing the bright side of it, seeing the lesson in it, seeing, exactly why something happened and where you need to change or do something, right? Somebody's not um maybe liking the results of how their working is going, right? Their spiritual working, their inner workings, they're working on their shadow side, but it seems really tough. It feels like, this is really uncomfortable for me to deal with, right? So you may be stepping into spirituality in a deeper level, right? Stepping out of religion or something like that, but just like kind of like, man, is this real? Like, is this really gonna work for me? Right? It's like the energy, like it never works out for me. So why would it work now? No, you got to know that it's gonna work for you. Okay. Number 17 is there. You have number 14, vampire energy. All right. You are surrounded by people who are not for your best good, your best anything. Okay. They're sucking up your energy, so there's cords that need to be cut, there's things that need to be, there's behaviors, right? There's memories that need to be let go of, because I feel like it's draining your energy. It's taking you to a place that you don't need to be. Okay. And this is where the spirituality actually comes into play to work, right? But it's like fighting against your own darkness, fighting against your own, past. Okay. So something here is draining you, right? You're still entangled in a situation that, you're evolving past it, but you're still involved in it, so you feel drained by it. Okay. So does that make sense? You can't soak yourself up in that energy and say, this is going to work out for me. No, sometimes you really got to just cut it off at the root. You got to cut it off completely in totality. Okay. Because if not, it will continue to siphon energy from you. It will continue to drain energy from you. Let me get one more card here. What is this energy here for the collective? Interesting. Oh, look at this. Their choice and your choice. I love this card because it says psycho spirit. Use your inner guidance. Okay. You're not following anybody else either. Somebody may be trying to draw you back into something, but you're following it in the guidance with that Buddha energy and the vampire energy, right? Something's trying to suck you back in, draw you in, keep you kind of where you are, but you're trying to move out of it, right? So it's an energy of like, I'm not choosing their energy. I'm not choosing their choices. I'm not choosing their thoughts. I'm not choosing their projections, right? It's what I want. It's what I think. It's how I feel. It's what's best for me, right? And I don't feel like whoever this energy is here, where it's causing friction, where it's causing you to retreat back into yourself, right? Somebody is very repelled by somebody, right? But for whatever reason, it seems like you're still drawn to this person. So it's like, as much as like this is not good, you still keep going, right? You still, for whatever, go back to that energy, person, place, or thing. Okay, so there's something here about, just because somebody else is doing something doesn't mean you have to also be entangled in that. Doesn't mean you also have to feel like that, right? And this is where you have to be discerning. This is where you have to break off your energy sometimes. Okay, and you do have to retreat back into yourself, because you're realizing, wait a minute, I've made a misstep in some way. I've encountered some type of energy that is triggering me. So, is this mine or is this theirs? Right? It's something here like that. Like, you may be absorbing certain things from other people, certain behaviors, certain ideas from other people that is affecting you, and you don't may not even realize how it's doing that, right? Somebody who is very pessimistic, right? You may not realize, even though you're optimistic, their pessimism can overshadow your optimism, even if you feel like it's not. I'm telling you, it can. So if you're around somebody who's very negative, who's very who doesn't want to do anything, who doesn't want to explore, who doesn't trust, who doesn't, you know, whatever, then it can affect you as well. And you don't want to do that. Okay. That's what we're trying to avoid here when it comes to um, entangling energies. Okay. So let's see. Somebody feels like they need a moment to themselves and they can't really get it, right? Because somebody else is always like in need. Somebody else is like always on that other end to say it's like no, yeah. Communication is here, number 33. So you need to speak up for yourself, right? Connect with your guides. They're trying to show you something. They're trying to tell you something right now. Your ancestors, your guides, the universe, God, whatever you believe in. All right. They are communicating with you. They are trying to show you how something is really heavy on you, right? How something is dragging you in some sort of way, right? How something is a projection on you, right? Communication, how people speak to you, how you speak to yourself is also important here, right? What are you entertaining as well with that? So there's new opportunities here. I love that for you with this number 5, number 33, number 5. There is new opportunities for you to be in a different space, in a different heart space, mind space, working space, all of that, right? Relationship space. But you have to actually start to, how do I say this? It's like you have to verbalize it, right? So you have to speak up. You have to say what you need to say. You have to do what you need to do, right? I feel like there's going to be an opportunity for you to communicate something, right? Or somebody is going to say something to you, and it's going to open up your mind, your sight, or something like that. Where it's like, wait a minute, right? I'm doing something wrong, right? There's some sort of communication that shows you how you're kind of off track, and you need to be doing something in a different way, right? Or the way somebody says something to you, or something like that. All right, something in regards to your career is changing. Something in regards to your relationships with money is changing. Right, there's a new opportunity here for you to move your piece on the board. Right, this looks like a chessboard, or they look like they're on the board playing, moving around. So it's like a new opportunity for you to move around and be in a different sort of space. All right, communication is vibration. Right, so it's you in a new vibrational space. Okay, number 28 is here. I like this energy here because you know what? Sometimes we got to realize what is going on, what is stopping us, what is holding us back. Yeah, we try to figure out what are we doing, but I feel like definitely other people's energy can influence us and affect us. So we need to be very mindful of that, right? Sometimes I'm even guilty of that where, you know, things that other people are doing, I kind of notice that I'm kind of uh in a way absorbing that, even if it's a little bit, right? It doesn't have to be like I'm mimicking somebody else, or like trying to be like somebody else, but it's just like the influence of being around somebody. You're going to start to talk like them. You're going to start to say certain things that along the same lines of what that person would say, right? Hmm, interesting. Okay, I'm gonna get a few cards from the tarot just to clarify this energy. What do we have? Let's clear it up. Let's clear it up. Let's get some advice, actually. Let's get some advice for the collective here with this energy. What is the best move, the next actions, the best way forward for the collective when it comes to this energy, please? What is the best way forward for the collective? We have the Four of Cups. Again, that energy of retreating, sitting with self, sitting with a problem, sitting with a feeling, um, sitting with something that, like, I'm like just seeing that pondering in energy. The Queen of Cups is here. So you're pondering, you're thinking about what is influencing you, what is shaping you, what is, you know, um, like what is on your heart here. And it's a plan to move forward. The Two of Wands. So there's the energy of pondering about what's happening, right? Somebody is definitely sitting down and analyzing things and emotionally digesting something, right? To see it from an outside scope. Yeah, the Sun is here, the Queen of Swords. Wow. The Sun with the Four of Cups is like something is drying up, something is um, like too much, like he's underneath this tree trying to find shade from the sun, right? So it's like something is too much to handle, or something is like, you're trying to find reprieve, you're trying to find a way to feel like you're back to yourself and you're not being consumed or over consuming something here. Okay, this Queen of Swords, this is the mind and heart cohesion, getting things back in order, getting things back in line, aligned for you. Okay, because it's like this is subconscious work with these queens. This is the internal work, right, that you have to do, and this is where you're actually putting more into yourself here, where it's like your choice, their choice, right? This energy that's here. All right. Somebody thinks with their heart, somebody thinks with their mind, right? Somebody is more logical, somebody is more emotional here. So it really is about, well, who is who? And these queens that have their back to each other, the way how they came out. Okay, so it's like not on the same level, right? They're very capable in their own rights, but they're not on the same level. Okay, you have the Six of Cups. This could be family, this could be friends, this could be long-standing relationships that you kind of just involve yourself in, right? And this goes here actually with this Two of Cups. So you're could be planning to go back to something, right? Getting back into something here, more creative. You have the Six of Pentacles. Again, there's something here about something being more reciprocal, something being more even balance, right? Actually giving into things that make sense, right? Not giving into the fear, anxiety, or depressive energy. You have the Ace of Cups. So the heart is winning here. I will say that somebody's mind is very, somebody has a strong mind. They're very smart. They're very capable, but it's like their heart gets the best of them at times, right? They feel bad for people, right? So then again, when you start to feel bad for people, their choices can become your choices because you want to help them, you want to assist them, you want to, you feel like there could be something that in a way that you're maybe useful, right? And is actually taking away from you. It starts to drain you, right? So you need to have that strong mind to balance out what the heart is truly wanting, what to fulfill the heart's desires properly. Okay, let me get one more card. Thank you. The Ten of Pentacles. Nice. So I feel like whatever it is that you're doing, I feel like you're getting back into something where it's like you start to pour into it so much that it starts to grow, right? It's something that was neglected, something that was kind of like something here. I feel like it's being restored in some sort of way, right? There's something being restored, and that something could be somebody's passion, right? This could be somebody's like, what their purpose is, getting back into that where you kind of was pulled away from that, right? Where you were giving away all that to something else or someone else. Now you're giving it back into what needs it, what deserves it, you know? Yes, I love that. I love that. All right, let me get a few from here and we'll wrap this up. We have the stork. You're moving, changing, doing things differently. All right, this is a transition point. You need to be a little bit how should I say? You need to be very fluid, okay, at this time. You have the ship, right? More fluidity with that water. You're moving with the currents, right? You're moving with the weather. You're moving with something here that is going to like change maybe the trajectory of something. Something could be guiding you elsewhere, right? You need to not fight it. You need to not go against the current, okay? You have the dog. Something here, 17 and 18 is out here with the number 3. All right, so something could be guiding you elsewhere. Something could be pulling your attention somewhere, right? You could be trying to go one direction and something is trying to catch you and, tell you about something. I don't know. So pay attention to that. Don't be so gun-ho about things that you're not paying attention, right? I don't know what that's about. There's something here about just paying attention to the direction. Pay attention to the current. Pay attention to the flow. The answers you need are coming. All right. So keep moving, keep going. You have the man here with the ship. It's like you steer the ship. You are the director of the ship and which way it goes. Okay. Nobody else is supposed to do that for you. Okay. You have the clover. When you follow your own self, when you trust in yourself, when you're not being guided by the wrong things, right? When you're doing the work you have to do, you're gonna land where you need to land. You're gonna be, right there. So don't worry about that. It's very good energy. So collective, this is a quick message. I hope it resonates for you. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. I'll be back with more. I'll talk to you later. Deuces. Bye bye.